Yeah, and checking in on our weather here, we are starting out checking in on Tropical Storm Helene. Over the past 6 hours, this has headed closer into the Gulf of Mexico, and it's expected to continue to strengthen, like you heard, into a hurricane. The projected path toward the Big Bend and Panhandle area of Florida. Multiple watches and warnings in effect for these areas. Even southern Georgia as well could be impacted. Sustained winds from this up to 115 miles per hour and up to a foot of rainfall in certain areas from this storm as it continues to grow and head toward here in Florida over the next few hours and days. We will track this for you. But now moving locally closer to home, our weather pattern here in Kern County is being influenced by this area of high pressure settled over the Four Corners, and this shortwave trough here settled over Northern California right now. This is bringing our temperatures slightly below what they were yesterday, but still hot. And if you remember last week, we had a little bit of a fall fake out. Last Wednesday, we were below average at 84 degrees, and today we will be very above average at 97 degrees for today. So slightly cooler than we were yesterday, but of course we will still be feeling very warm. Right now 72 in Bakersfield and 60s over in our mountains, and as we play this out, we will warm up considerably by midday. And the projected high temperatures in more detail here all across Kern are very warm. 97 in Bakersfield, like you already saw, in our 80s over in our mountain communities, and 90s close to triple digits over in Ridgecrest at 99. We have slightly higher wind gusts for today in eastern Kern County, but still not a ton of air movement. So our air quality is at unhealthy for sensitive groups. So if you have any respiratory issues, best to limit your time outdoors for today, especially with the heat too. That is something to consider. Over the next 3 days here in the valley, we maintain very steady temperatures in the 90s, the upper to mid 90s, and extending this out, you can see we have a slight cool down on Sunday at only 90 degrees, so very slight cool down. Our overnight lows in the 60s and 70s, so we do get a little bit of relief from the heat overnight here in the valley, but still very warm as we head into early October next week. Mountain 7-day forecast, Lake Isabella in the 90s all throughout the forecast, and Tehachapi and Fraser Park in the 80s throughout with sunshine all the way.